Hey everyone, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I've been bullish on Nvidia stock. To start the year, I recommended the stock as a buy. I placed it in my list of top 24 stocks to buy for 2024, and I gave a price prediction that was significantly above where the stock price was to begin the year. Well, it turns out that as bullish as I was on Nvidia stock, I wasn't bullish enough. I underestimated the power of AI, and the stock price has blown past my estimates for the year. So in this video, I need to update my forecast. I need to update my recommendations for Nvidia stock, given how much the stock price has already increased to start the year. So let's get into the details and let's reevaluate Nvidia stock. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. All right, I mentioned I had recommended Nvidia stock as a buy to start the year, and it's already risen from the $500 per share it started the year at to $739 per share. So I'm happy that this recommendation is working out, and those that have followed and purchased Nvidia stock, I'm happy if you've made some money on this recommendation. Still, Nvidia stock, I recommended the price. I suggested in this video a little while ago, I suggested that Nvidia's stock price could end the year in 2024 between $594 per share and $691 per share. So as you can see, it's already blown past the higher end of my estimate. The higher end of my estimate was $691 per share, and it's already at $739 per share, and that was starting the year at $500. So I need to update this recommendation. One of the things I'm going to use is now the current stock price of $739 per share. I'm also going to need Nvidia's price to earnings ratio. This has changed meaningfully from the last time I did this video. Nvidia is now trading at a price to earnings ratio of 97.44. One of the things I was surprised to see is that Wall Street analysts have yet to upgrade or update their estimates for Nvidia stock. I believe they're waiting for Nvidia's latest quarterly earnings results, which are coming out any day now, to update their forecast for where Nvidia's earnings per share will be in 2024. I wouldn't be surprised if these estimates are revised upward. The $20.50 earnings per share estimate for fiscal year 2024 for Nvidia is unchanged from the last time I did this video. So given all the information we've got from companies in the AI sector and how their sales and profits are soaring, and I think that's a reason when Nvidia reports their earnings that the outlook from Wall Street is going to increase for Nvidia. That is unless, of course, Nvidia, when they report earnings, they report a disaster and they say that, competition started coming in and demand for our GPUs has fallen significantly. I don't expect that to happen, but that is a possibility. And if that does happen, then of course these earnings per share estimates won't be revised higher. Although the most probable scenario, in my opinion, is that these earnings per share estimates will be revised higher. Still, if we use the current $20.50 earnings per share estimate for 2024, and we use the 97.44 price to earnings that the stock is currently trading at, Nvidia's stock price could rise to $1,997 per share by the end of 2024. I will say I don't think this scenario is very likely. More likely, I think, is the price to earnings ratio decreasing or the earnings per share estimate increasing and the price to earnings ratio decreasing. But let's look at some scenarios with the PE decreasing. If the PE were to fall to 80, then the stock price will still rise to $1,640 if the $20.50 earnings per share estimate is hit. If the PE were to fall to 70, then the stock price could rise to $1,435 per share. At a PE of 50, the stock price could rise to $1,025 per share. And you can see those are all significant increases from the $739 per share the stock is trading at right now. And it would mean in all of those scenarios that the stock price will more than double in 2024. That's the magnitude of the increase in profitability for Nvidia that's expected already in 2024, and that's without the revising upward from Wall Street of their 2024 earnings per share estimate, which I suspect will happen. Still, I think the earnings per share will be roughly around where it's at now. It won't be a exponential increase. It won't go from 20 to 30 or 40. If it increases, I think the increase will be something like from 20 to 21 or 22 or maybe 23, not to 30 or 40. I don't think there will be that much of a jump because Nvidia has already experienced a big jump in revenue and profitability. It was one of the first companies that experienced a big jump in revenue and profitability from the rising effectiveness of AI. And then you saw several other companies coming in and experiencing a similar boom in revenue and sales as a result of the rising effectiveness of AI. So my revised estimate of where I think Nvidia's stock price will be to end the year is a scenario that's even lower than what I have here. In fact, I'm going to lower this worst case scenario I have here at 50. I'm going to model a scenario with the price to earnings of 40 because that's around where I think Nvidia's price to earnings multiple will decrease to towards the end of the year because this phenomenal growth rate will slow down. Nvidia and analysts are forecasting after this initial boom in growth rate, the rate of growth will slow down. Nvidia's demand won't come crashing back down. It's just the rate of growth will slow down because when you already experienced that big jump, you're not expecting another big jump. You're expecting to have that jump and then increase from there. That's what Nvidia is expecting. That's what Wall Street is expecting from Nvidia. And that's what I'm expecting from Nvidia is a step up in demand and then moderate growth from then on out. So I'm expecting when that growth rate comes down, the willingness from Wall Street to pay this high a premium valuation will also come down. This 97.44 PE is reserved for companies that are growing at this explosive rate of growth, which currently Nvidia is experiencing. But by the end of the 2024, I don't think it'll still be up here. I think the rate of growth is slowing down. So my estimate for where Nvidia's stock price will be to end the year will be somewhere between $775 per share and $825 per share. And that's up from my previous estimate of $594 to $691. So a roughly $100 increase in my stock price prediction for Nvidia stock in 2024, given that the information we're getting from all these companies reporting from AI, that demand is much stronger than initially expected, if you can believe that, right? Imagine all the hype that we had for artificial intelligence in 2023. And to start the year in 2024, it turns out that we weren't enthusiastic enough about artificial intelligence, which is surprising to me because I thought maybe we were getting ahead of ourselves with this enthusiasm for AI. But all the data that's coming in, all the sales reports that are coming in, looks like we weren't enthusiastic enough. So for those reasons, I'm upgrading my forecast for Nvidia stock price. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.